Hello guys, so it's been 3 weeks I think for my last prediction, and basically it just was following the trend, so nothing new for me was to add. You can see there is a lot of line, just a sec. Alright, this is one shot, this is the reason, so less lines and areas. So basically last prediction was here for the following week or 2 weeks, and my assumption was just to follow the trend because the buyer came from the support. Even though I saw some divergence forming up, it in the, I think it was on the weekly. Go for the weekly. The weekly we were here. You can see it's forming. It didn't give us a clear direction that it's was a confirmed divergence. It didn't push for the downside, but it gave us a sign to be ready. And you can see it why, because it still didn't give us the sign. You can see it moving up, making higher highs. This is still lower high, so in order to clear the divergence, it needs to break above the 80 and even reach higher and continue to the upside. But now we can see we have some 2 weeks of rejection from the 550, and the volume on moving up is a gray one, so it's very low volume, which can indicate on the weekly of a small sign of reversal. Doesn't mean a break to the downside, just reversal. It could be again 2%, 1%, even 5%. Let's go for the daily, and on daily we can see it here. Let's check it. This is 98.24, this is 99.60. There is no divergence. What you can see here, the price action is straight line almost, and see what it did, moving down, which can indicate maybe for a further little bit push down for the 540, even the clear the gap from here, the gap up, clear it of the 535, 536, and then pushing onwards to the 560, even for the 600. This is a possibility. Either way, you can see we are still in a strong uptrend, so don't try to fight it. Let's move on for the 4-hour chart. We were here. It make the break of the 530, just continuation, guys. But now, what does it give us now? So you can see divergence in the 4-hour chart for reversal, which is good. Basically, if it will move below the 540, 542, it can touch and try to bounce from the 535, 533. We don't have divergence, but what we have, this was a divergence for continuation, and you can see it basically rejected. So we're probably gonna see accumulation, which will be probably fake for the downside and then continuation for the upside. But we still have to wait, because at the shorter term, a few days, it still gives a sign for moving for the down. You can see momentum is facing down, facing down, facing down. So could be a break for the 538. All right. If we check the 1-hour chart, let's see. This is the momentum for the upside. This is the retest of the 200 on the 1-hour chart. Do we have divergence? Small one here, and a break. You can see volume coming up at the end of the session. Could be nice. And we still don't have a break of the trend in the 1-hour chart. So we are still in a positive situation, but probably I think the 550 starting to be a little bit more strong resistance area. You can see the tail here. So this is the reason why not just to bring more buy from the 537 gap, closing the gap and then continue onwards. I can see a sign for moving for the upside, but not yet. I think it will do another push for the downside and then try to push up. And if it wants to push down, it will push for the 534 area. All right, 534, and also it's a good area to bounce from, even 530. So let's check something. Check from here. This is the high, let's say 536 area, 522. I don't think it will reach there. This is too far. So I think it will try to bounce from the 50 moving average of the daily, because it can do something like this, another push down, right? This will push down and then it will create divergence for continuation for the upside. So it can do something like this and something like this for the 560. All right. Let me check something. Yeah, still in up. Any move for the downside will bring buyers, so be prepared. Nothing much to say. Qs probably, yeah, the same. All right. Didn't touch, but it will. There is small divergence for the upside. Again, a little bit more stronger. No divergence in the Qs, so it can just bounce from. Any move for the downside would give a bounce. It didn't finish the move for the upside, so I think it will, and it can just continue onwards. Still strong. A little bit far away from the 50 and the 200, so would be a nice testing zone. Let's check it on the weekly again. See decision, indecision. No divergence, so it means continuation. A little bit small one, but it needs a red weekly candle in order to confirm the divergence of the reversal. So not yet. So yeah, I can say there is a divergence for reversal, but it's still not confirmed yet. So any push for the downside also will bring the buyers. Even if it break, if the Qs, let's check there again, something else at the Q. The Qs seem strong, but I think it's want to move for the downside to area, I don't know, it can do much bigger move for the downside. And I think if it will move down for 60, if it move for the downside, it push for the 465 on the far chart and then touch it and then bounce from it. I don't see divergence like in the SPY. So if it moves down, it's creating lower. Let me check something. 90. Yeah, small divergence for reversal. So could be, but very tricky. And if it will push, it will try to bounce from the 471 and next target zone 465 maybe. Let me check 465. I don't know. This is probably here for, yeah, 65. See see any. Let's go for the daily. Q's more tricky. This is the gap for 67, for 68. Yeah, any move for the downside will bring the buyers. Let's check here. 465, 470. Those are the area I think it will try to bounce from. Even a little bit lower. 455, trickier. 455. I don't know. So I can see the reversal. So, but buyers will be very interested in those price level. So be prepared for it. IWM still. This is the daily. Let's go for the weekly. You can see. Again, it's try to break, fail, try to break, fail. But what you can see here on the weekly, it started to build this is inside area. So trying to break here, trying to break for the downside. This is inside wicks. There is no divergence there. So in order to clear this one, it just bring more power. It didn't want to try to break it here because it could have led to a bigger failure. So it immediately fell off, bring more buyers, and it will try to break those for the 220, even moving for the upside. So I'm more a little bit positive for the IWM, for the Russell. Let's check it on the daily. The daily, you can see it more positive here. Managed to break some resistance, and then it needs it bring a lot of volume. You can see the tail bring a lot of volume. So now it needs to break the 210, and we guys talked about the 210 break. If it managed to break the 210, it break the divergence, and this will mean continuation, and could be probably, even if it break the 210, retest later, then resuming the trend for the upside, guys. Let's check it on the forward chart, see if there is something special. A little bit negative, but you can see this is a sideways move. This is sideways, but a little bit negative there. No divergence for both sides. Small here, but immediately the buyers came. So even though there is no clear entry yet for the upside, you probably want to wait to see how it break the 206 and then moving for the upside. You want a more clear entry, close above the 203.50, and then you have probably a blue sky for the upside. Let's see if there is something here. Break, not break. All right, you see it here. This is divergence, but I think the buyers came. So not any divergence immediately mean a pullback or reversal or continuation. This is the tricky one. So you can see up, down, inside. Managed to break the 207 if you want to be more safe. Maybe the 203.50 here for continuation for the upside. Check. Divergence for continuation for the upside. Tesla basically did what we wanted. Figured out this is from the daily. With Tesla, this is the daily. You know what? No. Tesla. You can see where it was. It was here. Breaking above the 188, push for the upside, And I think the end target 224, guys. I know, because you can see the 200 is a nice resistance, but at the moment we are in a nice momentum, a small divergence for reversal, because you can see this is making higher highs, this is making lower highs, but no confirmation, so it can continue. So be preparing the smaller time frame. I know this is the 200, but 1, 2, 3, you can see how this is a green one, not red, green one, because basically above the close. And you know what? Check it up here. See those 3 candle line? Green, green, red, green, green, red of the upper side. So it means try to indecision, probably inside candle and then reversal and then continuation. So it could do something like this, and then maybe we need to check, because we are still in a downtrend. You can see we are still facing down, right? I know this one start to face up, so it needs to push to the 224 in order for it to cross, and then on the daily you have a good sign for moving for the upside. So I could see continuation. Let's check it on the 4-hour chart again. Yes, I could see continuation. On the 1-hour chart, very strong. Nice divergence for the upside, but probably going again above the 200. If I want more smaller time frame, I have to be very careful from the 201, 202 area. So I probably want for it to come up, test it, come down, and then break it. Not immediately coming for the upside. Even though it's positive, it could stop again at the 199 and the 200, 201. And if it break it close above, then it will continue higher more safely. At the moment, should be very careful. There is a lot of buyer coming in from the 196, 197 here area, which is good. And also with divergence for the upside. But sellers are waiting at the 201, 202. So be prepared. Apple. Be more quick. Apple, big gap inside. So this is it. You can see any move for the downside, create divergence. So don't try to take it short, closing gaps or closing movement. I know this is a big move for the upside. You can see the volume, look at it on the weekly, how it looks. Tail, 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 low, low, low. Buyers try to hold. No divergence, I think. This is 96.64. This is, yeah, no divergence. So any push a little bit down, create a flag, and then breaking for the upside. Still strong. Again, like the spider Q, momentum facing down, which is good. But you see momentum facing down, but the price action is a straight line. So the buyers are strong. Alright, guys? So wait for confirmation if we want to take it for the short side, because the buyers will wait. Nvidia and Nvidia. On the weekly, you can see what happened. Big push, now rejection. On the daily, see how it looks. Immediately buyers came. Now it's holding. Any move for the downside, create divergence. It didn't clear it yet, but it seems that it wants to move higher. Probably people take it above the 190.28, sorry, or again for the reset of the 140. There is still no divergence, so I probably could see it coming down, even trying to touch the 110, 115, 16, and then moving for the upside. Here you can see it's still positive, So breaking the 130, moving again. Any move for the downside also create divergence. You can see the divergence there, here. So now we're just resting and preparing for the upside. So you just need to look carefully for an entry point for the upside, and if it will move down, just wait for a better entry for the upside. I will not take it short, just because I see a red candle. All right. Meta. Probably all the big ones do the same. Yeah, rejection. Didn't finish the divergence. I don't know if we could call it one. The 1 hour chart, this is moving up. No, moving down, divergence. See divergence on the one, you can see it on the 1 hour chart, divergence for the upside. Or another attempt on the daily, didn't finish. So we can try to make another push. And this is a good one, it didn't try to push higher. So it means that the buyers want to accumulate more power, so they can move a little bit down, accumulate more power, then try to break for the upside. This is a good one. So I'm still positive about the market. I still see a big negative, and I don't see it yet. I see the sign, I see the weakness in the momentum, but I don't see confirmation yet. mRNA. mRNA, a little bit disappointing. I thought it will move down, bounce from it, and it didn't. It just continue lower for the 200. And yes, there are still divergence. We could check it here, right? 116, 200. I know this is a little bit too deep pullback for mRNA. So be very careful with it. Still think it wants to move for the 180. Check it up here, you can see the negativity in it. So be prepared for it. And I want to see a clear sign for buyers, big green candle breaking and then trying to accumulate a little bit because there is a lot of resistance up above. BA. BA probably sideways, yeah, sideways. See it here, but it's making higher lows, higher highs, so it needs to break here and then to face the 200. It's going to be very tricky for it. Clear sign of divergence for continuation. On the forward, still negative here. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I don't know. Don't trade it. I could say it move up again, but a little bit, and then face some resistance, pull back, and then try to break again. This is the main reason why I don't want to mess up with a sideways move. Maybe with Tesla, yes, but with BA, not that much. So be prepared for it. Let's check it on the 1 hour chart, see how it looks. This is moving up. No divergence yet, so probably another push to the downside, then bring in more buyers. Divergence for reversal, it did. You can see the tail here. So above here, moving again for the 185. Below, try again to bring more buyers with the divergence. Gold. All right, gold was a tricky one. Gold basically move for the upside and then move down. This is a big, you can call it distribution accumulation. I think this is more a distribution phase, not accumulation, because of this big move between the 210, the 225 for the gold is too big. You can see it here. This is accumulation between the 185 and the 192. $7. This is 210. This is twice as much. Not that good. No divergence, so it's still on a sideways, can push for the upside, downside. I would wait for a clear confirmation above the 220 for trying to take out the 226 again. On the 4 hour chart, you can see it's still negative, but in a straight line. Momentum will start to face up, which is good. No divergence there, so it's still on the sideways. I want to see 220 break before making any decision for the upside. And for the downside, probably people will wait below the 214 for the 212 for bringing more buyers from this area of zone. You can see it, buyers came, buyers came, buyers came. Not that much. Silver. Alright, silver. You can see it here and bring more buyers and immediately sell, sell, sell. So it will grind higher. You can see there is a trend line. Break the 27 again and move, push for the 30. So this is why I think people are still positive about silver and gold, and silver will lead this. No divergence there, still a little bit negative, and but I'm positive about it. I think it will break. I think it will break for the upside. Could accumulate a little bit sideways, try to spike up, spike down, or maybe spike down and then spike up, but eventually it will move up. This is what I think. Oxy, the oil. Oil start to move for the upside here, but face some, you can see it here, resistance, resistance, so it's very tricky. And I want to see how if it managed to break it. You can see a nice candle of rejection, then spike up and maybe some distribution, and we will see it moving for the fall down. You can see it start to be more positive with a lot of resistance up above. So people will wait up to break and see a green candle closing above the 64. Check it here. This is the 63.74. You can see trend down, trend down, trend down, breaking a trend, moving down, and now trying to make a new trend for the upside. So this is it, nothing much. So guys, let's sum it up. Still the trend is strong for the upside. Small divergence in the 1 hour chart. You can see it for continuation for the upside. So maybe another push. I could see it trying to move a little bit lower, and any move for the downside will bring the buyer. So I don't see a big fall for the downside. But the Qs is a little bit intriguing, because if it will fall a little bit down, because of its volatile behavior, it can push for the 450. And this is not that good. Alright, this is not that good if it will push for the 450. It can push a little bit down the Russell and the SPYs a little bit. And this is the main reason why I think we will see that the SPY will lead. The Q will follow and try to behave the same. But then again, any move will bring more buyers. And I think these 2 weeks, the Russell will lead. Because I think now the Russell can and trying to be more strong and want to be the leader and bring more percentage to behave like SPY and Q behave in the last 6 months. So this is it, guys. Just follow the trend. Even though there is a weakness, we don't have a confirmation yet for a big reversal. So any push down, even 1%, just will bring more buyers to the market. So be very careful. If we see something else, I will try to watch it closely and give you a new assumption. So hope it helps. Of course, do your own due diligence. This is just my thought, one take only. So hope you like it. If you do, please thumbs up, subscribes, give some feedback, anything that can help me and spread the word, guys. Thank you. Bye.